This is Josh Fine, the supervising producer of Planet Hulk.
And this is Greg Johnson, and I wrote the screenplay.
I guess we're here to talk about some story. I read a lot of comics in the 90s, and of course that symbol used to appear along with, on all the books, kind of had a symbol representative of who the characters were, and when we were trying to figure out what kind of symbol the priest would be painting, I thought the atom would be pretty cool.
The book that this is based on is very, very large. It begins a little sooner than where we began it. You know, Hulk was, he was sent out into orbit to destroy this satellite, this rogue satellite, and once that was taken care of, then the Illuminati decided, you know what, he's out in space, let's just get rid of him, and we're responsible for actually launching him toward a destination where he could live in peace. And I just love the idea that as a violent creature, a monster on Earth would find a home somewhere where he could be a hero, and that began his journey. But really, what the people of Earth were trying to do was just get rid of him. But they had a heart. They wanted him to be on a planet where he could survive, live in peace, and no one would hurt him. So that all backfired as soon as that ship went into the wormhole. Terrific title sequence, too.
Yeah, big shout out to the team at Perception that created that beautiful main title for us. They always do an amazing job. The main title for this movie is amazing, and it's entirely to the credit of Perception, the company that developed it and created it. Normally the way that they approach it is that they come up with, 7 or 8 different concepts for what the main title sequence could be, and then we sit down and we point to elements that we like from each of them, and they come back with they went like above and beyond on this main title sequence. They had so many great ideas that we just loved everything that they threw at us.
When we were starting off on Planet Hulk, I think it was your idea that we wanted to get everyone on the team together to start collecting, inspiration materials, just finding whatever's cool, whatever's getting us excited, whatever's we feel ties in with the themes of the story. Once we had kind of figured out what the different, we probably had 8 or so different vague themes. Everybody on the team sat down and started putting together some visual ideas and just roughing together what we consider style frames. The style frames are just such an important part of the process for us, just to explore the visual look, starting to get the mood nailed down and the general feel of this thing. We put this in front of Marvel just to see what they got excited about, and very well knowing that there's going to be certain elements and certain aspects that get picked and pulled from these different concepts.
One big goal of ours throughout this entire sequence, though, was to create something epic. In previous sequences, we try to be as ambitious as possible, but with this one, we really wanted to raise the bar and blow everything else away.
From having our frames all laid out and telling the story, we start basically, filling in the in-between.
It's our chance to really work very quickly with the camera and make any adjustments we need before we start getting more and more into the details and the intricacies of the sequence. So we probably went through many rounds of this just to fine-tune the moves and the choreography of everything.
This is one of the earlier animatics, and from here we finesse all of our camera movement, all of our timings, and just get everything until it's just as perfect as we can, and then we start going back into the details. We wanted to do the best we could to make a really seamless integration between the opening scenes of the film and the title sequence. As Hulk's ship is crashing way off in the distance, the camera shoots underground and we enter this underground cave world with these engravings that have been there for centuries. And in doing that, we start to tell a little bit of the story, a little bit of the background. We give a sense that there's a real history to what's been going on here, that everyone's been anticipating these events that are playing out in the film. We have these chains breaking free from the wall, which is symbolizing, this sort of breaking out of slavery and becoming free. We have this sandstorm, which symbolizes some sort of unsettling of this planet that's happened once the Hulk has arrived. We didn't want to necessarily kind of show the Hulk right up front, so we really quickly get this brief glimpse of his face kind of appearing, and then as he kind of lets out his rage scream, it breaks up and just sort of spills back apart, and we continue traveling through the rest of the story. He's so deeply connected with this planet, the organic matter of the planet it's responding to him, it's sort of celebrating him almost. And then all of a sudden, we have this sort of Hulk blood rushing down the hallway. Now at this point, we get a quick glimpse of the spore-infected zombies. They don't stand a chance against his tidal wave of, emotion and rage and energy. This tsunami all of a sudden reveals itself to just be a single little droplet, coming out. We see the Hulk on the wall, and then this droplet hits the cave floor. We wanted this growth to seem really beautiful and complex, but then start to just become downright overwhelming and almost scary. Weeds just taking over the entire garden and taking control. As we pull back farther and farther, and we start to reveal the title itself, you sort of show this eclipse that happens off on the horizon of this planet up here. The title itself and the whole planet and everything just gets that green glow. It's that essence of the Hulk. His spirit, his soul is now kind of warming and breathing life into this entire planet.